RiRi can't stop crying as ASAP Rocky finally drops the announcement. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, was prepared for this moment. Not the fans. Not the internet. Not even RiRi herself. Because after weeks of whispers, months of quiet tension, and a growing storm of rumors surrounding one of the most watched celebrity couples on the planet, ASAP Rocky has finally spoken. And what he said, it left Rihanna completely shattered. We're talking about a moment so raw, so emotional, so unexpected, that people close to the situation are saying RiRi couldn't even hold back the tears. And if what's being said is true, this may go down as one of the most emotional turning points in their relationship yet. Because when Rocky finally dropped the announcement, everything changed. And trust me, you're going to want to stay until the very end, because what happened after Rihanna broke down crying has the entire internet asking one painful question. Was this the moment their love story changed forever? Section 1, The Silence Before the Storm. For a while now, fans had been sensing it. Something felt different. Yes, from the outside, RiRi and Rocky still looked like one of the most stylish, powerful, and magnetic couples in entertainment. They were still showing up. Still smiling. Still moving like a unit. But if you looked a little closer, you could feel it. That quiet distance. That emotional heaviness. That strange silence between the glamorous moments. And the truth is, sometimes the strongest couples don't break in public. They crack in private. Behind closed doors. In long nights. In unfinished conversations. In the moments where nobody else is watching. People close to them had reportedly been noticing that Rihanna had become more emotional lately, more reflective, more withdrawn than usual. Not because she didn't love Rocky. But maybe because she felt something was coming. That feeling women often have, when the energy shifts, when the person they love is carrying something big inside, and hasn't said it out loud yet. And apparently, that's exactly what Rocky had been doing. For weeks, he had allegedly been sitting on a decision, a truth, an announcement, that he knew would change everything. But maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe he didn't know how to say it without hurting her. Because sometimes, the hardest words to say are the ones that come from love. And when the day finally came, it hit harder than anyone expected. Especially Rihanna. Section 2, The Moment Everything Changed. According to sources close to the couple in this fictional retelling, the emotional moment happened during what was supposed to be a quiet, private evening. No cameras. No public event. No performance. No flashing lights. Just the two of them. And from what's being said, Rihanna may have sensed immediately that something was wrong. You know those moments when someone walks into a room and you can feel that they've already made up their mind about something? That was allegedly Rocky that night. Serious. Quiet. Heavy. Not angry. Not cold. Just, emotionally loaded. And for Rihanna, that alone may have been enough to make her heart sink. Because when you love someone deeply, you can hear what they're feeling before they even say a word. At first, sources say, the conversation started gently. Small talk. A little hesitation. A few long pauses. And then Rocky finally said the words Rihanna may have been dreading to hear. He looked at her. Took a breath. And said he needed to make an announcement. Not to the public. Not yet. But to her first. And that's when everything reportedly shifted. Because whatever she expected him to say, it wasn't this. Section 3, Rocky finally drops the announcement. Now, before we go further, let's be clear, this is a fictional entertainment-style story inspired by celebrity drama themes. But in this emotional version of events, Rocky allegedly revealed that he had made a major life-changing decision. A decision he believed was necessary, not just for himself, but for their future. And according to this dramatic narrative, That announcement had to do with him wanting to step away for a while. Step away from the noise. Step away from constant pressure. Step away from the non-stop expectations, headlines, business demands, and emotional weight he'd been carrying. But here's the part that reportedly hit Rihanna the hardest. Rocky allegedly told her that he needed to do it alone. Alone. And the moment that word landed, RiRi reportedly froze. Because it's one thing to say, I need time. It's another thing entirely to say, I need to do this without you right now. That changes everything. And for someone like Rihanna, someone who has stood strong through storms, reinvented herself, carried worlds on her shoulders, and loved fiercely, those words didn't just sting. They broke something open inside her. Because suddenly this wasn't just about a schedule. Or a career move. Or stress. This felt personal. This felt like distance. This felt like loss. And that's when the tears reportedly started. Section 4, Rihanna breaks down. At first, Rihanna allegedly tried to stay composed. Because that's who she is. Strong. Elegant. Controlled. Even in pain. She reportedly looked at Rocky, trying to process what he had just said, trying to understand whether this was temporary, or something deeper. She may have even asked him, quietly. So where does that leave us? And apparently, that question changed the whole mood of the room. Because sometimes the real pain doesn't come from the announcement itself. It comes from what it means. What it implies. What it threatens. What it could lead to. And according to this emotional fictional account, that's when Rihanna's voice started to shake. She allegedly asked Rocky why he had waited so long to tell her. Why he had been acting distant. Why she had to feel the emotional shift before hearing the truth. And when he couldn't immediately answer. That was it. RiRi reportedly turned away, put her hand over her face, and began crying. Not the kind of crying people do for attention. Not dramatic tears for a crowd. But the kind of crying that comes from deep disappointment, deep confusion, and deep love. The kind of crying where your chest hurts. Where you're trying not to fall apart in front of the person who's causing the pain. And those close to the fictional situation say once the tears started, she couldn't stop. Section 5, Why this hit her so hard. Now let's talk about why this would have cut so deeply. Because to understand Rihanna's emotional reaction, you have to understand what their relationship has symbolized to so many people. RiRi and Rocky have always carried this energy of unfinished destiny. Like two people who somehow found each other after years of timing, growth, friendship, chemistry, and emotional